Welcome to today's audio log. The time is 5 p.m. on the 2nd of April 2024. I have decided that today I am going to, return to my original motivations when I began these audio logs and talk about where I am in life, like mentally where I am, just kind of an update on, the journey that I have made over the past 222 episodes. I believe this is the 222nd audio log that I have recorded. That's obviously not including like the days that I've missed. But yeah, I've been at this for a little while now, and I have to say that I've come a long way. I mean, that was, I think, obvious anyway. I don't know if there's anybody who listens to these audio logs who has listened to all of them. I would be very surprised if that's the case. But I think if there is someone out there who has listened to all of these consecutively, they too will have noticed that I have changed a lot as a person. I feel like I'm growing, which is a good thing, obviously. Going to university later this year. That's a huge thing that I never thought I'd be able to do. And, when I began doing these audio logs, I also didn't think I would be able to do that. And that was only 222 days ago. Well, 250, let's say. I don't know how many I've missed, but it's probably close to that. So less than a year. In less than a year, I have headed down the path that, for 8 years, I didn't think I was capable of doing. I finished high school in 2016, and since then, I have wondered what I'm going to do with my life. It's been a long and hard journey to get to this point, and the final few months I have left before I go to university are the final chapters of this, this part of my life. Once I start university, it's going to be a whole new thing. I'm excited. I'm nervous. I'm eager to experience even more change. I want to become, the best person that I can be. I want to be able to treat myself the way that I deserve to be treated, as well as the people around me, but that's never really been an issue. Well, actually, that's a lie. It definitely has been, but that right there, that realization of, I haven't always treated people the way that they have deserved, that right there is, a sign of growth, and that's something that I'm proud of. I continue to think about all the people that I finished high school with. Back in 2016, I was a mess, emotionally, mentally, and I left a lot of people behind. I would say they left me behind, but only because I cut them out of my life first. And the only reason I cut them out of my life is because I didn't know how to handle all of the emotions and feelings that I was experiencing at the time. There was, I've actually never really talked about this to anyone, but there was a girl back in high school who I ended up being quite good friends with. We became quite close, in my opinion. Um, I secretly liked her more than just friends. Never admitted it to her. And unfortunately, she was one of the people who I ended up cutting out of my life, despite me, feeling that way about her. And that's probably my biggest regret from that period of my life, because she didn't deserve that. In fact, none of my friends deserved me doing that to them, but I think she's the one that I regret the most, because she truly was a good friend. And you know she's moved on now. Understandably, I've moved on. um, and yes, I do think people can move on and still sometimes think about the people that they've moved on from. It's not a like a complete denial or anything like that. It's just like they were a part of my life, and I have to acknowledge that. But I also have to acknowledge, everything else that happened. And my point is, a lot's changed, and I expect a lot more to change, and that's something that like I said, I'm looking forward to. The next 4 years of my life are going to be really weird, I think. Maybe weird isn't the right word, but it's going to be a lot. It's going to be perhaps overwhelming. That might be a better word. I think, like I said, I've already gone through a big change in less than a year, but I think I'm going to have to change even more rapidly once I begin university, because it will be the first time that I'm living by myself. It will be the first time that I've really had to, do any sort of grocery shopping by myself. It'll be the first time I've had to do everything for myself. I'm fairly independent now, but obviously I still live with my parents, so I do get help every now and then. But I'm going to be completely alone in that sort of regard. And that's kind of scary, but at the same time, it's going to boost my independence so much. It's going to make me grow as a person so much in such a short amount of time, that I have no idea the type of person I'm going to be in a year from now. Like a year from now, let's work this out. So I start in September, so that'll be September, October, November, December, January, February, March. We won't include April, so 7 months. This time next year, I would have been at university for 7 months. That's a lot, Who knows what's going to happen? But I'm excited for it. So I hope this audio log serves as a good milestone for me to look back on. Perhaps in a year's time, we'll see. We'll see how much I've changed. Yeah. I think that's all I'm going to do for today. I'm not going to bother doing my usual routine. I'm just gonna leave it there, and have this be something to look back on, or to listen back to, I guess. Yeah, we'll see how I feel and who I am next year. Thanks for listening. Goodbye.